guys, I'm back. I think I've taken about a 2-month break, maybe slightly less, but it's been quite a while. It doesn't mean I haven't been active, like, on my channel. I just haven't had time, and I just haven't felt like making a video. And I don't want this to become a chore, like I have to make one. So I'm just gonna adjust. Okay, I'm using my laptop again because my camera is, the microphone on it's really bad. So I'm using my laptop to record this, and I'm balancing it on my lap, so this could potentially go very wrong. Okay, yeah. So I've had this request a couple of times, and I really wanted to make it, but I wanted to get a certain item for it before I made the video, and it came last Thursday, and I can only really film videos on Mondays and Wednesdays, so I haven't really had any time. But I've had the request about 3 times to do a video of my favourite films, because I did a video showing my favourite PS3 games. Now, before I start this, I've been looking for a certain DVD, but I can't find it, so I think my sister has got it. So I don't know where it is, so I'll just talk about it. And all the rest are, yeah, they're kind of a mixture of genres. I think, well, they're mostly like rom-coms or like comedies, but okay, the first one is Bridesmaids, which is the one I can't find. For those of you who've seen Bridesmaids, you probably know why it's one of my favourites. I often go to the cinema with my sister to see, you know, the latest comedy, like rom-coms, because we both really enjoy them. And we weren't expecting much when we went to see Bridesmaids, and then when we actually watched it, it was so funny and so clever, because Kristen Wiig is just a genius, a comedy genius. It was by far my favourite film of that year. I just, literally every 5 minutes there's something to laugh at, and it's not just like a smile, it's you full on laugh until you cry. Yeah, amazing film. I think it's very different for that kind of film, because I've watched it with boys before and they find it funny as well, which isn't the typical thing that happens when you watch that kind of film with them. So yeah, number 1 is Bridesmaids. Number 2 is, this is just in a random order, so number 2 is, is The Notebook, which is probably the best romantic film of all time. It's amazing. I didn't see this when it first came out. I hadn't even heard of it, which is really bad. I don't know when it came out. No, I can't find a date. Anyway, I don't know when it came out. But I didn't watch it until about 2000. Oops, sorry. I didn't watch it until about 2008, and I wasn't expecting much, even though it's Nicholas Sparks who see this film have seen it. But yeah, amazing film. I couldn't recommend this enough. Unless you don't like romantic films, then don't watch it. So that's number 2. Okay, so number 3 is, oh, it's got the price on it still. Okay, 3 is, I don't know if you can see. Okay, yeah, it's The Hunger Games, which apparently cost me $9.99. I had never heard of these books until end of 2011, and which is kind of late because I know it was a big thing before that. But I heard about them and I bought them, and I thought, well, the worst thing that can happen is I don't enjoy them. But honestly, after about the 3rd or 4th chapter, I was hooked, and I was reading it at every spare moment. Oh, it's like slipping out of this case. Take it out. Okay. You've probably got like a horrible reflection of my laptop on the case, but yeah. Obviously, this film was like one of the big releases last year, and Catching Fire is out this year, later this year. I'm not sure the date, maybe November. I'm not sure. But obviously the main person in this who plays Katniss is Jennifer Lawrence, who is my favourite actress ever. It was Rachel McAdams who was my favourite actress. I think she's amazing. But Jennifer Lawrence, just incredible actress. I was really worried actually because I'd only watched, the only film I'd watched with her in was some like rom-com thing, and she wasn't the main character, so I hadn't really seen much of her acting until I saw this. And Katniss was such a good, like, such an important character. I really wasn't sure if she could portray her and do her justice, but she did, and she made her just like I thought she was gonna be. So I loved this. I thought it wasn't as good as the book, but films rarely are. But this beat all my expectations, and I'm really excited for Catching Fire. Okay, so number 3. That was number 3. Okay, number 4 is Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is actually one of my favourite books. I read this book a little while ago before the film came out, and I was kind of concerned about would they do it justice, and honestly I don't think they did, but I think it would have been almost impossible to do that book justice. If you haven't read the book, get it now, you have to read it. It's amazing. It's very rare, I think, to have a character who you feel so much for. The author, Stephen Chbosky, I probably pronounced that wrong. Chbosky, something like that. Oh, he is a wonderful author, and I loved the casting. I wasn't so sure about Emma Watson because obviously to me she'll always be Hermione. But Logan Lerman and Ezra Miller I thought were very well suited for the role, especially Logan Lerman who plays Charlie. Emma Watson, maybe it's just because I didn't don't think she fit the role of Sam very well, but she wasn't awful. She's a good enough actress to carry it off. But yeah, so I love this. I saw this at the cinema with my sister as well. Great film. I would obviously recommend it. But I'd just like with the Hunger Games, I would recommend the book more. Okay, so number 4. But I'm losing count. I'm just gonna go with it. It's actually a box set. We have all of them separately, but my mum is kind of obsessed with this. So she, as soon as this came out, she's like, I have to get it. And we've also got them all separately on Blu-ray. So we've got DVDs separately that we got as soon as they came out, and then when we got a Blu-ray player, we got the Blu-ray separately, and then we got this. We actually got this when we went. It's Harry Potter, obviously. I'm not sure if you could. Okay, let me adjust the camera. Yeah, that's a bit better. Harry Potter, the 8-film collection, and we actually it's got dust on it. We actually got this when we went to the Harry Potter studio tour. We went last August 2012. I went with my best friend. I've actually got a lot of pictures from that day, so what I might do is make a video and just talk about that day. One of the best days in my life. It was amazing. I'm such a Harry Potter fan. I've read all the books, probably about 7 times each. I love Harry Potter. I mean, what else is there to say? Amazing films, amazing books. Again, obviously the books are better, but the films surpassed my expectations, especially the further along they got. I thought they did the books justice. I was really upset when it ended, when all the films have been brought out and all the books. But I'm hoping to go to the tour again, the studio tour, which is the Leavesden Studios, which is where they filmed it. And I would recommend that fully if you haven't gone. And you're a Harry Potter fan. It's amazing. I think we were there for 8 hours, and I loved it. So that's Harry Potter, which I think should be on everyone's favourite films list. Okay, the next one is probably in every girl's favourite film list, which is Mean Girls, which is honestly one of the greatest films ever made. What else can you say about it? I think it took the genre of comedy, girly comedy, teen comedy, and just completely turned it on its head thanks to Tina Fey's writing. I think this showed Lindsay Lohan at her greatest. I'm such a fan of her ever since she did Parent Trap when she was about 9 or however old she was. But this film is just incredible. It's so funny and it's so quotable. My friends and I, we sometimes just go into these moments where we just every answer that we give to someone is a quote from Mean Girls. I've seen this film probably in excess of 100 times, and it's still funny. It's amazing, and Rachel McAdams is hilarious in this film. So is Tina Fey. It sums up teen life perfectly, but at the same time, it puts a hilarious spin on it. I think they made a Mean Girls too, but apparently it's awful. it was a good year for this kind of film. Amazing. You have to watch it. Amazing. When the last film is the one I was waiting for. It only came out on Monday. No, today is Monday, so it came out last Monday. And because I didn't want to have to, it was like £5 something to get it here, like on the day that it came out. And I was like, that's not happening. I'm not paying like 50% of the price of the DVD on top just for it to get here. So this film is my top film of last year, and that is Silver Linings Playbook, starring Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, who is wonderful, and it's also got Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver and Chris Tucker. And I don't know if you can see, it won the BAFTA for Adapted Screenplay by David O. Russell, who was the director, and he wrote the screenplay. And then obviously it's been well publicised that Jennifer Lawrence won the Golden Globe for Best Actress and the Oscar for Actress in a Leading Role. And she famously fell up the stairs, which just made me love her more. She's hilarious, and I think the thing about this, it says underneath, the best romantic comedy of the year, but it's so much more than that. It's about, I've read the book as well, and this is the first time when I equally like the book and the film. It's about mental illness, basically. They both have mental illness, and as does a couple of other characters in the film. And the way the characters interact with each other because of that is just beautiful, and it's such a simple storyline. You know, boy meets girl, they don't hit it off straight away, but then in the end they end up falling in love, which is a bit of a spoiler, but you can kind of tell that's going to happen if it's a romantic comedy. But the dialogue in it and the emotion you can see within the actors. Bradley Cooper is, I never thought he was the greatest actor because, things like The Hangover, it doesn't take that much to act in The Hangover. Great film, but it's never going to win any Oscars. And this is probably the time when someone comments underneath and goes, it did win an Oscar, and if so, I apologise. I'm not aware of the fact that it won an Oscar. But this is, I read a quote by David O. Russell, who was the director, and he said that the thing about Bradley is he's a generous actor. He lets the other actors around him shine, which is so true, because this film could easily have been the Bradley Cooper show, but it wasn't. And all of those four people, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver, and those four people all were nominated for Oscars, which is the first time that has happened in quite a long time. Don't ask me for exact time, like duration, I have no idea, but and that's honestly, I think, down to David O. Russell and the fact that Bradley Cooper let everyone else shine. He didn't win, and I think he should have won, but honestly, the person who made this film what it is was definitely Jennifer Lawrence. She could have just made this your average romantic comedy, she could have just made a Tiffany just your average romantic comedy girl, but she's so much more than after reading, I watched the film first and then I read the book, and Jennifer Lawrence is by far the only person who could have played Tiffany, even though people were saying she was too young because Tiffany's meant to be in her 30s, and Jennifer Lawrence is 23 or 22, don't quote me on that. But I think she's very ageless as an actress. She is very, she can take any role and make it her own. For example, Katniss could have been, the next Bella Swan. But I think because of Jennifer Lawrence's acting, she made her a strong character. And it wasn't all about the love triangle, which again it isn't Twilight. Which, I think people compare Kristen Stewart and Jennifer Lawrence, and there's honestly no comparison for me. I think Kristen Stewart's a good actress, but Jennifer Lawrence just is incredible. For those of you who've seen Winter's Bone, which was the film she was first nominated for an Oscar back in 2000 and why did I even attempt to say the date? I don't even know. Maybe it was 2010 or 2011, but I didn't see Winter's Bone until after I'd seen The Hunger Games. But she is just incredible in it. I keep saying incredible, but she really, really was. She carries that film. I think she's probably in every scene in Winter's Bone, and the fact she was only 19 or something when she did it, just it's astounding. I think that that's like a natural born talent. She's naturally good. She had to be an actress. She's just wonderful. And for those of you who know anything about her and have seen interviews with her, she's hilarious as well, which is probably another reason why she's my favourite actress. She's very down to earth and she's very, funny. And her falling over at the Oscars on her way to collect her Best Actress in a Leading Role award is just, it's so like her. She's hilarious. It's so exciting to think that she's only 22 or 23, and she's got so many years left, and people are saying, is she going to be the next Meryl Streep, which is just incredible. And for a little known fact, Angelina Jolie was actually meant to be playing Tiffany in this role, but David O. Russell chose Jennifer Lawrence after she auditioned over Skype with him, which kind of, Angelina Jolie is a great actress, so, So that's enough of me talking about Jennifer Lawrence, because I literally could do it all day. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this gave you a bit more of an insight into my favourite film. If any of you have seen this film, any of these films, feel free to comment and tell me what you thought, or if there's any films you think I should watch, leave a comment. I love film. Apart from music, that's probably my favourite thing. So, feel free to leave a comment and just share what your favourite films are. I always get back to comments. It might take me a few days, but I will always reply, just like on Facebook, my channel Facebook. I'll accept anyone. I can talk on there. I'm not the kind of person who who doesn't reply. And I'm so sorry for my absence. the main reason for it was I just wasn't feeling it. I was ill, I had a chest infection, so I was coughing everywhere, and I'm just